The following concert is performed at Bigfoot Studios in Waterville, Ohio.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Live at Bigfoot here in Waterville, Ohio. I'm your host, Dustin Galish. Thanks, everyone, for coming back. We've got a few more shows before the end of the year. We take a short little break, but just bringing you more live music here at Bigfoot Studios. This week, we've got Sarah Cohen from the Antivillains. Going to do some solo stuff, play some songs. I'm not sure if they're Antivillain songs or these are just, okay, that makes sense. There's not like Antivillains and then Sarah Cohen sort of. I run into that problem with myself in my band. I'm like, it's all the same. It's all the same. No, I can't. I don't have time for two projects. So I assume you don't have time for two projects either. It's like, this is what I do, right?
If it's a good song, it goes to the band. So we're
I
going
like
to be
that.
doing some of those songs tonight.
So good. So hopefully some good songs tonight, and we're going to get started, and then we'll talk more later. So, yeah, Sarah
Excellent.
Cohen.
Looking forward to our convo later.
Awesome.
Well, thanks for having me. These are some songs that I wrote with my band, the Antivillains, and they range from 10 to 15 years ago to some very current songs, and they are from the heart, so you say. And just sit back and relax. Take it easy. Baby, take those things I said last night and throw them away, 'cause they didn't turn out right. Sorry about those lines across your face. They've been misplaced. Oh my. Sleep next to you all night at all. I wanna take care of you and count all the stars. I wanna break you into forget who you are. 'Cause I'm not coming back. Thanks. Thanks for checking out our live stream from Bigfoot Studios in Waterville. This next song is called Born to Lose. Put up your hair so I can see you start to remember. Put on that dress you used to wear when things were so cool. I'll take you down to that place we used to go. Let's play pretend, even if it kills you. Let's take a ride. I know the way. Things haven't changed much. Stare into space. I love the way we can forget. Past our old block. Baby, those years were hard. Turn up the radio. Baby, we were born to lose. Baby, we were born to lose. Let down your hair, I'll take you home with your hands up on my knee. It's like a wave across my chest, and baby, I can hardly breathe. Baby, I can hardly. How's everyone feeling tonight? Oh, pretty good. Yeah, it's good to hear. Good to see everybody. It's been a good winter so far. Hopefully it's sounding good out there for everybody. Saw you last night. You were outside recovering in the window. I thought I saw you say something. Thank you. Sorry, these were slipping. They were slipping. This song's called Rosalie, about a fictional character. Oh, my Rosalie, she spent all her money on me. Oh, what have I done? I get to be the lucky one. Oh, my Rosalie. Oh, my Rosalie. She says so softly, and that comes on strong. Rosalie sings a quiet song. She sings all night long. Oh, my Rosalie. See her now in the tall, tall grass. Now she's ringing a bell. Rosalie of the prairie, Rosalie, will you marry? Oh, my Rosalie. Oh, my Rosalie. She spent all her money on me. Oh, what have I done? I get to be the lucky one. Oh, my Rosalie. Oh, my Rosalie. She says so softly, and that comes on strong. Rosalie sings a quiet song. She sings all night long. Now time under the mountain. I've been a long time under this mountain. Rosalie of the prairie, Rosie, will you be mine? My Rosalie. Oh, my Rosalie. Oh, my Rosalie. Oh, my Rosalie. There's a weird sensation of just being at my house right now and just practicing, like at my house. And it's mostly because there's no people here. So yes, I sometimes start drifting into a little bit of a personal space. Oh, thanks for being patient with me. You were up all night late because of it. There's a hole in the wall where I can hide all the brown bottles. There's a hole in my lung and nothing to do with solve it. When you've been down so long, you know that you haven't stopped falling. With all the money gone. Tell me about the good times once again, before they cut down the trees and now the ashes are in my backyard. I remember the time when I first saw her down by the road with her toes out hanging in the water. Before we had our first son and our only daughter, when the money was good. When no ship came in from Detroit or even Wisconsin, when it's been over and done, you gotta get up and start walking. When you've been down so long, you know that you haven't stopped falling. No. Honey, don't play sad songs tonight. Would that I could have something else to write about. Thank you. Thank you so much. That song was called Fayette Jackson by the Antivillains, a song I wrote. My name is Sarah Cohen. I live in Toledo. I have plenty of friends, so don't even try. I don't get out of time for new friends. I do have time for long-time friends willing to make a very long-term commitment, though. People that are there night and day. So if you're that person, call me now at 445-567-6654. Saw you on the big screen, 1950s, holding down the hem of your dress, mocking innocence. You said you were a candle in the wind. Well, you should have known better than be so careless. Heard that you were frustrated, the roles you played got outdated. From Arthur Miller to Joe DiMaggio, got to be somebody's poster queen. It's hard waking up to American dreams. If looks could kill, they already did, and they'll do it again. Keep the lights on, they can see you. Victim of the big screen, 1960s, trying to hold your head above it. Goddamn politics, you said you couldn't live without go against them all. Giving Hollywood a bad name, well, so much for wanting fortune and fame. Made girls like me stay at home and read. Baby, I would still wear the clothes and walk the streets where nobody goes. It was me, I'd take that money and run. Get out of there. Keep the lights on in the bedroom. Keep the lights on so they can see you. They made you keep the lights on in the bedroom. They made you keep the lights on so they could see you. Baby, it was hard to sleep. Baby, it was hard to sleep. Maybe you should take some lights off, lights out. Oh, I wrote that song about Marilyn Monroe, who was put through a lot and was kind of a guinea pig for rock and roll stardom. Even though she wasn't in music, she was still a very big celebrity that was treated pretty poorly, I think. That song's a hopeful wish that she could have just gotten out of there before it got too bad, but we all know what happened there. Or do we know? Because it's kind of an unsolved mystery, if you ask me. I hope that's kind of close to our timeline there. On my way home, I passed by the Golden Palace, the dance hall of my youth. All the lights off and broken windows. It was hard to remember you. But the turnout was so bad for years. I remember watching silent the pretty girls all dressed up and holding hands. With red shoes on and high-heeled smiles, whispered rumors from the stands. And the nights passed by so fast, those years. They never bothered to tear down. They let it rot from the inside out. And those of us still coming around are just ghosts now. I remember names of friends that I've had, all but come and gone. Thank you so much for watching this live stream from Bigfoot Studios in Waterville, Ohio. My name is Sarah Cohen. I am in the band Antivillains. I am a local Toledo resident that likes to hang out, party, just have a great time, create, make some music. And again, we are still looking for the #1 caller to win the full new set of what are we giving away? I think it's like a washer-dryer set and a brand new KitchenAid mixer. So if you're #1 caller, we will make sure to get those new appliances out to your home or business. After the snowfall, we couldn't find our way home. I wrote you this letter and let the wind song carry it home. 'Cause I started out with my head in my hands, and I started out without any plans. Just a rambler's life ahead of me. And if I make it home, I'll start a family. This promise I gave you, fortune and fame to call our own, a house in the highlands, a house and garden of our own. Right now it's winter, and I can't find my way out of the snow. My strength I am losing. I fear that I won't make it back home. 'Cause I started out with my head in my hands, and I started out without any sense. Just a rambler's life ahead of me. And if I make it home, I'll start a family. If I make it home, I'll start a family. 'Cause I started out with my head over clouds, and I started out with a heart full of vows. As I leave my body here in the snow, well, my soul's already with you. Now bring my body home. Soul's already with you. Now bring my body home. My soul's already with you. Bring my body home. After the snowfall, we couldn't find our way home. Bye, love ya.
All right. That was it from Sarah Cohen of the Antivillains. Thank you so much, Sarah. That was awesome. That was fun to watch you assemble the headphones back on mid-set. That was the first year. That was very slick.
Ooh, I was really sad about that.
You did it
because
well. You somehow started singing better once your headphones went out, which doesn't make any sense, based
Oh,
on
really? That was only one song, so thanks.
But no, thank you so much. That was great. No,
I have a tiny head, and they just kind of
they just slowly
slip
sneak
back.
off sometimes, yes. Really enjoyed some of the newer stuff.
Oh,
which
thank you.
I don't know what that necessarily means, newer for me, but I haven't heard a lot of that stuff performed yet. I think, it was just cool hearing them stripped down. And
Oh, thank you.
yeah, I felt like you kind of found your spot later in the set, too. It's like, this is a weird place to perform. It's always like the first few songs are, you're like, where am I? What am I doing? Like, you kind of explained it. We're like, am I in my bedroom right now? I'm just there's a lot of cameras here. So
very like fine line between being like this rigidness, which I think I do well with, but then it's not as comfortable looking, And then I go and just like a little bit too comfortable, and then I like misstep a tiny bit, and I'm like, oh, let's just adjust it back.
That's
a
right.
little
There's
more.
people watching right now. Or like, I'm not here, just kind of having a moment. So
Yeah, I think there's a background feeling of like, oh, this could be a perfect take, and then as soon as that little thing like enters your mind, like you just like feel a little bit off for a second.
That's the way it works. And that's one of the reasons why we started doing this was you forget about live music and how important it is to perform this stuff, and not having people. It's a little weird, but there's something unique about performing this way. It's a different intimacy with the performance than necessarily just an acoustic thing or like a small coffee house.
Didn't ignore the fact that there are crew and people here too, but
that's kind of the idea. I mean, thankfully Austin kind of hides out. He's pretty low key over there. We'll start blending him in.
I was
with
trying
the
to like
background
bounce
more.
all my jokes off of him. So from his point of view, that's going really well. So
Well. No, we were laughing in there pretty well. That was pretty good. So.
did we get any callers yet, or
No,
anybody that's looking?
No one
for
has I don't think anybody has a phone at this
I know,
point.
I'm just
Now
kidding. Did anyone text back to say they're looking for a long-term friend for the end of the world?
I did like your honesty about the commitment that is involved with being your friend. So I thought that was really nice.
I'm gonna need rides at 2 a.m. I'm gonna need you to pick up Ben and Jerry's whenever I need it. I'm gonna need you.
Yeah, this is not a surface level friendship here. I think that's the way I look at it. So let's talk a little bit more about the band right now, actually, and sort of just where's the band at? I think you've put out a few releases over the last few years. It's been more like singles and EPs. I mean, what is sort of the direction of the band now? You're not performing a lot as a group. It seems like you're doing a little more solo stuff. So where are you at with just the Antivillains?
Our last show was in my backyard at my house that we own, and I was really happy to see like a good number of people there. It was pretty much capacity. That was great to see people come out again. We really just don't like to overstep our crowd base, if that makes sense. I'd rather play to like 100 people every 6 months than I would place very, very small shows. Just makes that energy levels really amazing, and I love just being able to like have that really extended family come out and make everybody feel comfortable. And a lot of that has to do with being able to curate your own spaces. There is something to be said about being able to round up the band and the gear and play once a week at the local venues and things like that. And we've done that before. And right now, with the way we are with family, we come together more as a collective sense. And usually how our songwriting works is that I will bring a new song to the group that I've been working on that sounds similar to what I played tonight. And then I work with 4 people. My brother, Ben Cohen, Sam Waldenberg is our percussionist, Lucas Madrazo, and Peter Karchenko. That's been our lineup for the last 6 or 7 years, it feels like. But like every time that I start feeling maybe like a little anxious about like putting something out new or, the whole recording process, it has been a touchy subject, I think, and I think it is for a lot of people. But just the fact that like the newer stuff feels so fresh and like true to like who the voice of the band is, that always gives me like really good feelings of like this is gonna be a good one when we record again. And it's good to like feel like your momentum isn't necessarily something that isn't what it is now. Like being really happy where you are, I think, is important. And there is always this attraction to like want to maybe have a bigger fan base that's beyond the 100 people we know. But that's something we worked really hard to build in this town. And, I think it's cool if people are going to keep coming out year after year to like see what we're working on, and treating it more of as that collective feeling too feels really comfortable to me.
It's not as exhausting. I mean, that's something a lot of artists are trying to deal with, is like the traditional forms of how you put out music, the way you perform it, where you perform it, the time of day you even perform it in, all these things that are sort of, you have all these old sort of tropes that you get thrown into, and you think this is how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
And if those don't work for you as an artist, that can be sort of you can see this failure. When I think a lot of times, a lot of us are trying to reevaluate that,
Right.
and make our homes an extension of our place, and like more community concerts, things like that. Because the venues themselves, as we know, have struggled a lot to maintain, live music in a certain way, certainly, and especially like original music in this area. And I think it's like a lot of bands and artists are just trying to figure out different ways, because people want music. People still want it.
They do, yeah.
And that means like local music too. And like it's not always clear like what's the best way to go about it.
Exactly. I mean, we are open to playing shows and some festivals. In the summer, we have 2 Michigan shows that we love playing, and that family has grown over the years. One of those is in the Keweenaw Peninsula, which is like the lobster claw of Michigan on the very top of the peninsula. And that's run by the Go Rounds and their family. So that's been a really great yearly trek up there for our band. We really like work towards those shows, and our time in the studio practicing and stuff, like usually like will be a couple months leading up to a show like that. So that's always fun to look forward to that. And Earthwork Harvest Gathering is also another one we really love playing. That's in late September, kind of by Cadillac. So those are a couple things that keep us really interested and kind of active in the summer. And I guess we're just looking for the connection to play at ProMedica.
Aren't we all, right? Yeah. When Gwen Stefani came through town, we were all like, how can I get on that train, right? We're like, there's got to be a way I can open for Gwen Stefani at some point.
I don't play where
or at least on a side stage with Vanilla Ice. I think that was the one we were up against not too long ago.
That's what I was hoping to get on. I was like, oh, why didn't they put my band on the Vanilla Ice ticket? Like, that's my like
sense.
style.
It's kind of your vibe. I kind of get that vibe. Yeah, it's a very
that really hurt our feelings a lot too. So
it's like crotch rockets and like
oh man,
pizza. I think that's kind of Vanilla Ice's vibe.
Just if ProMedica is watching, you should allow people to bring their own water, and it's pretty lame. Just letting you know.
Well,
no one's trying to take advantage. Like, they just want to drink some water.
I know. They should promote water in all of its forms. So.
Yeah, just offer it free then if you're gonna be that way.
Was there anything else that's sort of going on with you, like as an extension of the band outside of just playing shows? Or do you have any releases that you could recommend for people to check out? For me, I have the original LP that you all put out, I think, in like 2010, which is sort of like really the only full length that's out, and I think that one, you almost like, it's like you were kids when you sort of made that record at this point.
That song I opened with was like 15 years old. So
I'm glad you played you played it off of there, because I was like, oh, that's fun. That's still in the ethos of sort of what you all do, and so that was really cool. So we have a studio we work out of. It's called Dream Louder in Toledo. It's more of production and a rehearsal space, but we also really have been trying to figure out how to record ourselves. And it's like we've been learning things and like gathering materials, and I feel like we've been really committing to like coming in there in this winter break coming up and making something happen, and hopefully like having a single come out of that. Our budget is what it is, and a lot of the money goes into gear, and I think that it's cool that we can do it ourselves, but there's part of me that wishes we had, a little bit of extra to go somewhere that was going to cater to the sound we want. But I think it's a very specific thing that we've been working on the production, and at least that I'm really excited, at least just hearing Ben's ears on these production value, and I think it's going to come together, because I think we have a good full length that's ready for action now, and I think we're just all pretty solid and stoked for it when it comes together. Well, yeah, we're all of us who are fans are waiting in some ways, because again, it's, as I just said, I think it's been about 10 years since the full length. You know what I mean?
I'd love to get something out there for my 40th that's coming up this winter. So
cool. All right, well, I think that's it. I think thank you so much, Sarah, for coming out and performing these songs.
Thanks.
Just it's just good to get out and make some sound and get out of our houses and perform live music again. And so I appreciate it. Really enjoyed your performance. And so we'll be back next week. I think we've got Shitty Neighbors next week, I believe. Cool. So they're a bunch of Toledo gentlemen, and so looking forward to them playing some really loud rock and roll next weekend. So Austin will have his earplugs. I think might not be a bad idea. So,
well,
all right.
Thank you for having me, Bigfoot Studios. I really appreciate this opportunity. Everyone out there in Radio Land, have a good night.
Awesome. Thank you all so much. We'll see you next week.
Thank you so much for watching this one-of-a-kind performance from Bigfoot Studios in Waterville, Ohio. You like what you see and heard? You want to record at Bigfoot Studios or be a part of these weekly live shows? Then find us at bigfoot-studios.com.